Based on where you live or your living situation, you probably don't know how much the world works when you're in school. Mainly elementary, middle school, and probably in high school. But it determines. If you live in a nice gated community or a nice urban area, you're probably well sheltered. You're in a safe school environment. So you're grow up pretty ignorant of the world itself while you're in school. Compared when you're in a poverty area or middle income or below area, you kind of get the gist of the world. You're not that well sheltered from the cruelty of the outside world as much as anyone else is. So, seeing how the school that Legoshi and the others go to, you can tell that they're well sheltered of the outside world. When they go there, they truly don't understand how it works and what goes on within it. Of course, you walk outside, determines where you live. You might see a nice scenery. People just walking around, having a good time, dressed very well. Nice stores and clean streets, all that stuff. And you're used to that. Compared to some other people who go outside, they could see someone arguing, fighting, someone getting robbed or jacked, a dirty street, syringes and cigarettes all over the street, abandoned stores, and not so clean Walmarts. Turns on where you live. So where am I going with this really? Is them trying to understand what it means to be adults, to grow up into the adult world. Right now they're in their nice, well-esteemed academy where they're nice and sheltered, and they have dormitories and stuff like that. They don't need to be outside. Legacy himself said it, that he hasn't been outside of the campus for a year now. So the fact that everything in the school is provided for him, he has no reason to go outside. And because of that, no one really knows what the outside is like if they're so sheltered. So after the terrible incident happens, it seems like every time when a carnivore is being eaten by a carnivore, of course, a series of discrimination is happening. There's a time where stronger carnivores or a group of carnivores come around and they bully the carnivores at school. They reflect their fear and frustration out on those that have nothing to do with it, unfortunately. And you reflect this on real life society, even now today. They just don't know where to pin their frustration, so they put on people who have nothing to do with the situation only because they're related in some kind of small way. It's just a shame that we still have not yet grown out of that yet already. It's a shame. Now, as this going on before the Meteor Festival, the carnivores decided to go to the black market. Now, when you think of the black market, it's an underground area where you can sell illegal goods without no one knowing about it, and you can get your hands on it. However, you need the proper connections. That's our black market. And this black market is not so hidden. In fact, it's more like an open secret. Everyone knows about it, they just don't talk about it at whatsoever. And that's just how it is. As they were going outside in the daytime, you see the carnivores and herbivores not really fighting each other, not very tense like they are at their school. Where Legacy actually had to help out one of the new people there, Grey Wolf, named Bruno. New character, by the way. This terms, everyone seems to be enjoying each other. He can sit right across from a carnivore, and they won't feel scared or intimidated or anything like that. They just continue their conversation. Seems nice, everyone's just saying, hey, how do you do? Until nighttime happens, where you see the poor side. Why is everyone calm? It's because their desires are already. This is what I'm talking about, where there are necessary bad things that need to happen for society to be stable. Right now we're in this generation where we must purge everything that seems indecent. We must get rid of it. If we don't like it, we have to get rid of it. Screw the other people who like it. We don't like it, so it must be gone. You may seem that's a good idea, like how the UN is still trying to get rid of ecchi anime and stuff like that, and you think it's a good idea for more people. However, it's a bad idea in my opinion, because it's a substance that's needed. All human beings aren't good. Some of us have desires that we are controlled through those substances. So, say a person who watches a lot of ecchi stuff could probably, that's their life thing, there probably are terrible people, so they watch these certain kind of animes with underage girls and stuff like that. I don't want to say it out loud. I think screw it, hentai. and people think getting rid of hentai with the lollies is a good thing. In some ways, yes, but in the other ways, no. But you think just because you get rid of their substance, they're going to become good people? You got rid of it. I'm cured now. Therefore, I will stop doing what I do. No. They have nothing to substitute with. So if you take away that substitution, they're going to go for the real deal. So that's exactly what the black market here is for. It's for carnivores to go to, to get their fix. And there's this very shady way of doing it. Pretty much creatures, mostly carnivores that die, instead of burying them or cremating them, they take their body instead and shed it, do whatever they have to do, or even cook it and sell it at the black market for carnivores. I'm sick of saying these words, to enjoy. So of course, being inside of school, just realizing this, you felt that you wanting to desire to eat meat is looked down upon by your fellow schoolmates. So I can understand where Bill and the others were going with this, where they were like, they feel like they're becoming adults. They feel like they're free. Sure, you can act as a self-righteous kind of thing in school all you want. You're in a stable environment. But when you're outside in that world, anything goes. Well, not anything goes, but your opinion and your values don't really matter to each individual because they all have their own way of living. They don't care. Now, that being said, of course, Bill would want this. He feel like he's been looked down upon too long. He wants to eat meat. He wants to feel like he should be proud of who he is, and he shouldn't have to suppress who he is in order to be alive. Like I said again, I feel like we're going through that a lot today in this day and age, and it sucks. It really does. However, Legacy doesn't see it that way. He don't think that this just should be your way of feeling this is how you should grow up. Everyone has their own way of wanting to grow up, and there's not only one way to grow up, because each person is different. This is where Legacy meets a very new and prominent character, the Panda, who will teach him the ways of the bamboo. So pretty much he is like a doctor, therapist of the black market. He'll see those who probably have their first time eating someone. It is not good. Apparently, giving full into your instincts illegally by killing them turns you to a wild beast. This is something that I like a lot that they don't show in a lot of those kind of animal humanoid shows. Shows such as Author or Zootopia and stuff. You have the humanoid animals, but does anyone really talk about getting eaten, about how they eat and stuff like that? They don't. Authors treat themselves like human tech. They even have other forms of animals. It makes you wonder, are they more upgrade versions of those animals or not? It's very interesting. But anyways, this one is completely different. You could be eating your neighbor. One day your neighbor dies, and their body is sold off to the black market. You can literally go to the black market probably a couple of days or weeks from now, and go pick up your neighbor and eat them the next day, or week, or whatever. You got some serious thinking right there. And that's the only good way to do it, because it keeps them from, going to their natural instincts. It seems like they're in a world where, even though they're humanoid animals, they're still have their instincts, which is very good. Not a lot of shows, especially the American industry when it comes to these kind of things, they do a job where the animals feel more like humans than they do actual animals most of the times. But here, no. Even though they have humanoid bodies and they talk and speak human language, they still have their animal instincts, which is very impressive. One reason why I love this show so much, well, mainly the manga, is because how it does that. It keeps them looking like human forms, but at the same time, it keeps that animal aspect as well. And it's very impressive. And that's why I feel like this is one of the best, newer kinds of things. America, we have our furry stuff, but it just goes down to being weird, where Beastars, it actually takes the thing very seriously and stuff like that. And screw the shipping and stuff. It's more about the way of life in itself. It's not easy. It's very difficult on both sides. Everyone has their problems of how they handle it is also different. So anyways, Legacy's trying to understand what is he see in Haru. does he, because he has that inner instinct that technically wants to eat meat because he is still a carnivore. But at the same time, he is attracted to her. He needs to find a way to tame the beast within inside of him in order to move on from this crisis. Hopefully he does, and hopefully it'll go the other way where the opening shows it. The opening is more like a metaphor or a perspective of how he feels right now with Haru. Haru first saw him as something scary, but actually it was something completely different. So they're becoming friends and getting close as they dance. And then finally, as the night comes, her skull and blood is all over the place, and he's crying, showing how he's afraid that he might harm her like that one day. And let's hope it doesn't go to that. So anyways, just like that first review, I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, definitely one of the contenders for anime of the year. And I rarely say that, You gotta be very good, Stuff like Promised Neverland and I can't think of anything else right now. I'm sorry. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, you like my content, help out by like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon if it still dings. Anyways, Madcrownxox, signing out.